Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Gina, and in today's video we're going to do a monthly plant updates. So basically I'm going to take you around and we're going to look at all the new growth, what's changed, and basically mostly the inspiration for this video is because in my houseplant tour video that I recently did, I told you guys that I was going to be purging a bunch of plants, and I kept my promise. Not that I made a promise to you guys, I made a promise to myself. I was going to get rid of some plants. The reason I got rid of some plants is because I want to focus mainly on my shop, my plant shop, the propagations I make of my plants for the shop, and that shop and all those plants I propagate and grow take up a lot of my time. So I want to just put most of my focus towards that. So pretty much, I would say almost all the plants I did purge from my collection are plants that I would not be propagating for my shop. There are some that are still in my collection that will not be in my shop, but those are ones that I just absolutely, they just bring me so much joy, and I just did not want to get rid of those plants. So anyway, we are going to walk through. We're going to go through all the rooms. I'm going to try to remember what was there in that houseplant tour before I did my purge. So if you haven't seen the houseplant tour, maybe after this video, maybe before this video, check it out. Maybe I'll try to include maybe some pictures showing a comparison of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. I don't know, we'll see. But if I don't do that, if you don't see like before pictures, go to that video, go to that houseplant tour. It was my houseplant tour 2024. It was just a couple of weeks ago. You can watch that and you can compare. I mean, if you want to. You probably are like, why do I even care? Why would I want to do that? I don't know. Maybe some of you do care. Maybe you want to see. But yeah, I did a big purge, and I feel so much better about my collection. I feel a lot of relief. I've lowered my workload somewhat because that shop does keep me busy. But yeah, it was a really great thing. So yeah, got all that out. And so we're gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna show you what's changed, what's new, what's flowering, what I'm loving. So yeah, let's go. So the first stop is the room with the biggest changes, and I'm curious if you can see them. Do you see the difference? So the main thing, the main difference in this room is look at how open my windows are. That was what I really wanted, was not to have so many plants in the windows. So there was a plant right here, there was a plant right here, and there was a plant right there. And now there's just one there and one there. And we're not gonna count these two on the windowsill here. So yeah, but we'll get to that. We're gonna start over here. So I told you I was going to keep the Dracaena, which I did because I love that plant. But right next to it was a domino peace lily, which I sold. And this stand here, the peace lily was in that stand. So I just moved it, and I just love the way the Dracaena looks in this stand. Love the way that looks. Really happy with that. I told you I was gonna, I'm not sure if I said I was on the fence or not with this one. Decided to keep this one, but then I'm gonna show you I did get rid of something very similar. So right here, there was a philodendron tortum. That one is now right there. We'll come back to that. This is the Dischidia russifolia variegata. This one was in my kitchen. I moved it over here. Love the way it looks there. So cute there. Very happy with that. I said I was going to keep those two. I did. I said I was going to keep those two. That's catgrass. That's a little burrow's tail succulent. And then right here, I had the big Hoya, what is it, macrophylla, Hoya macrophylla elbow marginata. I sold it. I ended up selling it, which I'm surprised I did. But I mean, I don't regret it, but I'm surprised I let that one go because it was such a big plant. Here was hanging a Carnosa compacta variegated. I sold that one. Over here was the obovata variegated Hoya. Kept it. That one is in my grow tent, and I did propagate that one, made tons of cuttings on that one, so that will be in my shop coming up eventually. There was a philodendron Brazil here, sold that one. And then this I decided to keep because I love it. I said I was going to keep that one, I think. I did have a big ZZ plant sitting on the floor in this location right here. I sold that. I had a ZZ chameleon next to it. Sold that. And I think, oh, and there was a Monstera adansonii mint that was sitting here. So this was up here, and the mint was here. I sold the mint, surprisingly. However, I did chop that one up, so I have quite a few propagations of that one, and that's why, because I knew I would regret it if I sold the whole thing, so I saved some cuttings for myself, so I have it down the line. Plus, they will be in my grow tent, or, well, they are in my grow tent, but they will be in my shop coming up. This did not change at all, but things are looking so pretty here. I love, this is Synapsis Silvery Ann. I just think it looks so beautiful. And I love how it just kind of cascades here into this silver splash. I think they look so pretty together. Before we go to the next room, I wanted to see if you noticed, I have not decorated for Halloween. And I'm not sure that I will be decorating at all this Halloween, which is surprising because I love Halloween. I love to decorate for Halloween, but I just don't feel like pulling out all my decorations and setting things up. And I think what it is I just decluttered a bunch of plants, and not just plants. I sold off a bunch of like plant stands, like these sort of plant stands, these little wicker rattan type plant stands. Sold a bunch of those, sold a bunch of planters. And I feel like I just decluttered like so much from my life. It really wasn't that much, but it feels like a lot. So I don't feel like cluttering it up with a bunch of Halloween stuff now. But have no fear, have no worries. I will be decorating for Christmas for sure, because that is my favorite holiday. I love to decorate for Christmas. And yeah, but I think I'm gonna skip Halloween this year. I may put a pillow out here for Halloween, like a fall pillow or something, but yeah, if I do anything, that's all I'll do. So just in case, because I know if you've been here a while, you know I like to decorate for Halloween. So anyway, so over here, well, first off, this is my lipstick plant. This is the Black Pagoda lipstick plant. It is blooming still, making a huge mess. Well, no, there's a little bloom, a little right there on the ground. I am picking those up like crazy lately, but this one is blooming, tons of blooms on this one. So in this corner, used to hang another lipstick plant. It was my curly lipstick plant. I sold that. And then the Monstera elbow was sitting right here. I moved it to this corner. And in this vintage plant stand was a Pothos Marble Queen / Snow Queen was here, and I sold that. And then I switched it with this Frosted Heart Syngonium. So, what else? What was over here? Trying to think if there was anything else. I don't think so. I think that was it. Nothing has changed here. Just really enjoying. Oh, this was in my kitchen. This silver dollar vine has a big long name, starts with an X. I don't remember what it is, but yeah. Silver dollar vine is in here now. Just really enjoying all my cacti and succulents here. And my monkey tail. My Hoya Crimson Queen is blooming again. So pretty. This one has bloomed so much this season. Or through the summer, I think starting spring through summer and into fall. So gorgeous. So a big change here. This was filled with stuff. So I had a Schefflera, variegated Schefflera here I sold. And then there was a philodendron Florida Beauty, which has been moved. You'll see that later. Silver Sword. Philodendron Silver Sword was here, which is actually right here. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell that. And what else was over here? I can't remember what else was there. I think that's it. But this was all like filled up with plants, and I told you guys I wanted to get rid of that. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to keep this or not. This is the Philodendron Pink Princess Black Cherry. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to hang on to this one or not. I think for now I will just hang on to it. And then Ripsalis, nothing changed here. I did cut this one back because it was like coming out to here. It's a wild grower, so I did chop that one, and I'll be putting that in my shop eventually. The little propagations are growing. And oh, I had a philodendron heartleaf that was sitting up there. I sold that. And there was a philodendron brantianum in here. I chopped that one up, and it's in my grow tent. And so this is all begonias now. And they are growing really nicely. Look at that, Begonia amphioxus, crazy growing. And this one up here, the same, just really has taken off. And yeah, lots of begonias. Love the begonias. Okay, over here, big changes right here. So I had a plant hanging here from this hook, a plant hanging from this hook, and down here I had a Monstera Thai constellation. Was sitting in a little, like a plant stand like that, was sitting here, and the leaves looked, you know, had some brown on it. It was a plant that I kind of wanted to get rid of, but I knew I would regret it if I did get rid of it. So you know what I did? I chopped up the whole plant, and it's in my grow tent. And it's the little, and I didn't save any of the leaves. It's just nodes, a bunch of nodes in a bin with sphagnum moss. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Some of those have rotted already, so I think I might have one node left, maybe. I don't know. So it's possible I lost that Monstera Thai, but we'll see. We'll see if maybe one node survives. So hanging here from this hook, there was a philodendron, heartleaf philodendron variegated, which I sold. But I do have propagations of it in my grow tent, so that's okay. I mean, it's not gone forever. Here, hanging here, was a big Hoya pubicalyx. It was a really splashy, beautiful Hoya pubicalyx, and I chopped that one partially. I took a bunch of cuttings from that one, and they are in my grow tent, and then I sold the main plant. So it was still a huge plant when I sold it, even though I took like a bunch of cuttings from it. So this is, look how nice and, I mean, I'm still have tons of plants. I could still get rid of more, but it's so much, to me, it feels so much cleaner. I feel like my plant collection is now, okay, this stuff, this is all going away. Well, this is going to my grow tent. This was my one of my imports, and that was an import. the Florida Beauty. That was the big Florida Beauty I got. That one I'm gonna sell. This one's going to my grow tent, and then that's the Silver Sword that's going to my, or that I'm gonna sell. So this will be clear. But yeah, I just feel like, it's just so much less cluttered. And I love that. I needed that. Okay, so this is my breakfast area, another spot where things have really changed. So I told you guys I wanted to clear out all of this. So there was a table sitting here with plants on it. I sold, let's see, okay, so the Discidia russifolia moved to my living room, which you saw. It was sitting over here. And then I had a Syngonium Maria, which I sold. And I had, what else was there? There might have been a Hoya there, but I think the Hoya went to my grow tent. But anyway, so that table is gone, and this is nice and open. I did have, sitting here, I had a pothos, a Hawaiian pothos. I sold that. And then up here on this hook, there was a Syngonium, just like a plain green Syngonium. I sold that. Next to it on this hook was a Hoya Shepherdii. I sold that. And up here on top of the Begonia cabinet was the Philodendron gloriosum, and I sold that. And I think that's it. I think that's all the changes. But the begonias are all growing so nicely, so colorful. Just love them. And that's all the changes there. In here, I had a peperomia, or no, a Pilea peperomioides here, and I sold it. And I said I might sell this one. This is the Anthurium vitarifolium. I decided to keep it. Over here was a, what was it? A golden pothos. Sold that. And then over here was a Monstera adansonii. And it looked pretty bad, and I did not sell it. I did not give it away. I did end up composting that one. So yeah, that's all the changes here. Or that's all what's going on here, all the updates. Okay, now to the bedroom. So quite a few changes in here. And I did have, let's see, so hanging here was a huge basket of Synapsis exotica, and that's gone. Got rid of that one. And then also the little basket it was hanging in, it was just a giant, this giant basket, which I loved when I got it. It came from Urban Outfitters, and I ended up selling that separately. But both of those things are gone. On this hook right here, there was a Hoya pubicalix. I think it was the Hawaiian purple or something like that. I sold that. That was a big one. And I sold it with its gold hanger. So yeah, that's gone. So I did have two of these cabinets sitting here. So this one looks the same as it did, but the other cabinet that was here was filled with Syngonium. And I sold, let me see. I sold quite a few of those Syngonium. And some moved to my office, which you will see. And I sold the other cabinet. So we just have the one cabinet now. So there is the Florida Beauty I mentioned. That was in my dining room area. I said we'll see it later. I moved it over here. And these are all my succulents. This is a Tradescantia baby bunny bellies. I gave that one a chop. I gave this string of hearts a chop. And I gave this neon pothos a chop. And I think that's all the changes. And then there was a pothos, emerald pothos sitting here. And that one I sold. And last time I told you, ignore this mess. It's still kind of a mess because my husband pointed out, he said to me, when did we get this new dresser? Because it's like covered with clothes here. Well, I finally got rid of the plant, cleaned up the clothes. It's still a mess, right? Got a bunch of hats, So my hat collection there. But over here, and my books are still a mess. I do need to organize, and actually I want to get a brand new bookcase. But anyway, the big golden pothos that was sitting up there, I sold. And that was my greatest sale of all the things I sold, because the lady who got it absolutely adored it. It's her favorite plant. She has multiples in her house, and she was so excited to get this giant, because if you remember, it went all the way to the floor. It was huge. Anyways, she was just so thrilled to get that, and I was so happy for her. So that is the changes here. All right, so the last stop is my office, and some things have changed in here. Not like super a lot of stuff, but I did kind of clean out the terrarium, which I should have wiped this off for you guys so you could see more clearly in there, but I did trim back this fern here, and I did remove one of the begonias back there so that the this Begonia amphioxus could really fill in that space back there. And I think that's the only changes in the terrarium. And I apologize for all the condensation. That's what it kind of likes to do. It likes to condensate like that, but everything is growing really nicely in there. So over here, what's going on here? I did not purge anything. I don't think I purged, oh, I did purge some stuff in this room, but nothing on this shelf. So everything is the same. And look at these beautiful African violets. I'm trying to figure out a way to, so the reason I have them in these domes is because I told you guys before, they keep getting attacked by thrips. So I treated them, thorough treatment on these African violets, and then I stuck them into these domes to keep them protected. Actually, I treated all the plants in here. So yeah, there should not be any issue with thrips in this room. I haven't seen anything since treating. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out, I was thinking maybe getting another Millsbow cabinet for my African violets, but just look at how beautiful. Just gorgeous. I should pull at least one out for you guys to see up close just how pretty these guys are. And I will do that. Hang on. All right, so this is one of my very favorites. So this here is the, oh, let me see, I forget, RS Serpentine. And I just love how it has, and I don't know if it's showing up. It's hard to see because usually it actually is more prominent. Actually, you can kind of see it on this one here. So it gets pink blooms, but then it gets these purple spots on it, which is so pretty. And sometimes, and I'll include a picture, I have a really nice picture, I think, from Instagram of this plant when it's really in its glory, when it's really looking its most beautiful. But yeah, I'm just enjoying this one so much. And then also this one is so pretty. So this is, and I know a lot of people aren't into African violets, but those, if they do have one in their collection, it's one of these variegated leaf African violets. And look at just how stunning that combination is of the variegated, the green and white with the bright purple, not bright, vivid, brilliant purple coloration with those yellow centers. Just stunning, just loving these guys so much. So yeah, the dome I'm using on the top of these, it's like these, like especially this one right here, it is like almost hitting the top of that dome. So that is why I am trying to come up with a solution for that, like a cabinet, something dedicated to the African violets where yeah, they're just, I mean, they're kind of hidden in these domes, you know, the domes don't show off the plants like I'd like. I'd like to be able to see the plants more clearly, basically. So yeah, trying to figure something out. I even thought about maybe I could get some like plexiglass maybe and put it around, like modify this shelving unit possibly. I don't know. I got to figure it out. So, but yeah. All right, so nothing is new with the plants here. This is a new leaf. This is the newest leaf on this Anthurium clarinervium. Love that plant. And then it's got another one right there just popped out. Really enjoying this plant tremendously. These guys, these Mycans, the halo, black halo, velvet halo, growing like crazy. The regular Mycans growing like crazy. And yeah, so down here, so this has changed. So all the little, I had a bunch of little tiny little terrarium jars down here. I got rid of those. It was mostly overgrown moss in those. So I basically dumped them and then I just recycled the glass because I knew in the future I'm not going to be doing those again. It was a fun little experiment, but that is done now. I still have this terrarium here. My only glass jar left, besides my big terrarium. And then I did move in some syngoniums here. So this one, this Lano Carty Road came in here from the bedroom. And then this Syngonium Mojito, move that one in here. This Chia Pence was there. So that's what's changed there. So over here, this is the pink trellis wall. I did trim up, if you remember, there was some landsleaf, Syngonium landsleaf growing into the light. Trimmed that way back. And I trimmed quite a bit on this trellis. Just trimmed it back. And I want to show you this newest leaf. Or not the newest leaf, the second newest leaf. Look how gorgeous that is. That's Syngonium Chia Pence variegated. Just can't get over how beautiful that came out. And then the one before that one was this one. Doesn't it look like a face? It looks like a man looking up. Can you see that? Like, this is his nose, this is the chin, this is the hair. It's kind of silly. And then this is the newest leaf. Still soft, still hardening, but not a whole lot of variation on that one, which is fine. You don't want too much variegation popping out on these. Like, my fear is it goes all white. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, that's what's going on with that plant. Love it. Nothing new in the begonia cabinet. It's just like severely overgrown, horribly overgrown, beautifully overgrown, I should say. But yeah, this thing needs trimming pretty badly. But yeah, enjoying it. You can see how it's like all growing into the lights up there. Pretty crazy. Yep. And what else? Close that back up. And nothing new over here. Nothing changed. So yeah, that's it. That is all the updates. All right, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on in my houseplant collection. And I'm curious if it looks much different to you guys. It probably still looks like, I'm sure I still have more plants than the average person has. So most people probably wouldn't even be able to tell that anything changed, but it did. And I feel it. I feel it right here. I can feel it. I feel that relief. So yeah, now before we go, I wanted to, now a couple of weeks ago, it was during that houseplant, no, it was when I did my how to propagate Hoya linearis video. I did a comparison of two plants, asking you guys which of those two plants you prefer. I got a surprise plant shipment video that was actually filmed the same day I filmed that Hoya linearis propagating video. So I didn't have the results of that comparison, that contest for you guys in that video. So yeah, so it's a little bit late, but I finally I have the results for you guys. So if you remember, I showed you two plants. I showed you the Hoya linearis, which I will put a picture of here, and I showed you the string of hearts here, which is it, Ceropegia woodii, I think is the scientific name for it. Ceropegia woodii. I could be wrong. Anyway, it was a comparison between these two plants, and the results will be on the screen because I actually haven't counted them up yet. I'm pretty sure that it was the Hoya linearis that won, which is kind of, you kind of expect that considering this was a video about Hoya linearis, and people who come to that video are interested in Hoya linearis, although there were quite a few votes for the string of hearts, so the score is up. You can see which one won. I think it's the Hoya linearis. Am I right? I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this houseplant updates, seeing all the changes, seeing all the flowers. I am enjoying very much enjoying my African violet collection. They are just in beautiful full bloom. Yeah, I highly recommend if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by your collection to do a purge. Just do a purge. And let's say you have a big plant. You don't want the big plant anymore, but then you're thinking to yourself, do I really want that plant out of my life? Take a cutting of that big plant and sell it. Keep your cutting, sell the rest of the plant. So you have a nice small start over. You still have that in your collection in case down the road you're like, ooh, I'm so upset I sold that plant. I should have hung on to it. Well, you have a backup. You have that backup. And I did that with a lot of the plants I got rid of. So yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.